There was one time in the Bahamas when we used to be our brother's keeper. I am heartbroken to see how we are being treated by this FNM government and the PLP, which is the FNM, which is the opposition. Their job is to hold the government accountable. But all the ills that have happened in Abaco, the PLP are quiet. I saw the entourage come back and forth, back and forth. This is the PLP. And I said to them, while we were talking, I said, my brother, you're just as bad as the FNM. Because you come with empty hand, they come with empty hand. I remember Hurricane Floyd. The hurricane before that I remember was so deadly or was so brutal was Hurricane Betsy. Those of you who know the name Betsy know what I'm talking about. And I would say to the opposition, if you only bring 5 sheets of plywood, you've done better than the FNM government, because so far they haven't brought anything. After Hurricane Floyd, I had the pleasure of driving Neil Ellis. I had that picture, and I was so proud of that picture, Neil Ellis. And he had another a preacher. I didn't know who he was, but Bishop Henfield knew who he was. When I showed him the picture, he called his name. I don't remember his name now. But I held that picture for 24 years until Hurricane Dorian sucked it out to sea. And we were in Foxtown, of all places. Me chauffeuring Neil Ellis. If Neil Ellis is watching this video, he remember very candidly what I'm speaking about. And for some reason, I don't know how they got down there, but we had guys from Spanish Wells, of all places. These Spanish Wells boys had 3 trucks of every food available. And everybody knows who Neil Ellis was. But Neil Ellis said to the other, I think it's Stewart, Bishop or Reverend Stewart was with him. And he said to him, Pastor, these people, they ain't want Jesus. They don't want no prayers. They want food. We wasting time. We might as well go back to Nassau. These people are not concerned because they saw us and they were around Neil Ellis. But when that food truck with them Spanish Relians pulled up, they forgot Neil Ellis existed. And I'm saying that to say this. Since September, since August, the last week in August 2019, we haven't had a shower in Abaco. A simple necessity as water. The government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas cannot give Kai Mills and the residents of Central Pines, Murphytown, Dundestown, Marshaba water on a timely basis. And everybody said about COVID-19, you gotta wash, wash, wash. How is that possible? How would it be for the residents of Nassau? How would it be if Nassau people haven't got a bath, a shower in almost 2 years? Boy, I remember when I came off that plane in Nassau and I hit the shower, man, down San Souci. My friends from San Souci, you all saved Kai's life. Kai would have gone crazy a long time ago if I wasn't able to wash my sins and wash all those bad things. I stayed in the shower. In an Abaco, I was accustomed, I have hot water, but I prefer a cold shower. When the cold water hits you, you say, and when that hits you, but 5 minutes, you're used to the water. But that initial hit of that cold water, it wakes your whole body up. And I never liked hot shower in Abaco. I preferred cold water, although I have hot water. But when I got to Nassau, I didn't want nothing to do with cold water. I put the hot water to the maximum that I could bear on my body. And I just stayed under that, just did a 360 and soaping myself, putting stuff all over me, soap, shampoo, until I used one whole bar of soap. Then I know I was perfectly clean. And even then, after I washed all the soap off my body, I still felt dirty. The reason being, I walk on dead bodies. I kick heads, human head with no body. I walk on people's hands. I saw people's torsos gone. I see bodies with the guts out. I saw all this. This was like a war zone, especially Front Street Marshall. The stuff I saw and walked on, I wanted to wash myself. And now I'm back home for months and still haven't washed myself because the government refused to bring water back to some normalcy. And normal is one of the necessity of living. How come my MP and the government of the Bahamas could be out campaigning, and the people in Marsh Harbor, especially if you live on a high rise in Central Pines, and if you don't have a water pump to suck the water, my water comes, my shower when I come on it just like psh, psh, like this air. All comes with this air and it starts to bubble up like some demon spirit is in the pipe. I brought my brother who's a plumber. I said, man, you got to get that demon out my pipe. Something is wrong. I cannot get no shower almost 2 years. He said, there's no pressure. In order to you to get a shower, Kai, you have to puck it up and build a pump. Dig a well. The well costs $1,000 plus another $1,000 for the pump in order to get, how many people in Abaco can pocket up $2,000 to get a basic necessity that the government ought to have had going for over a year and a half? Nassau, talk to me. Y'all think y'all gonna go without water? You can't wash your children's clothes. When I wash, I gotta watch what time I turn on the washer. Usually at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm washing. The water trickles in. But at that time, nobody is up. I cannot wash in the day. I don't know how people that's going to the laundromat here, but I assume the guy has a water tank. He has to have a water tank. Because I'm here in a single dwelling and I can't get no water. Could this have happened in Nassau for 2 years? Exuma, are you feeling me? Could this happen in Exuma, Eleuthera, Spanish Wells? Do y'all have water? Grand Bahama, West End, how is y'all water condition after Hurricane Dorian? San Salvador, Brave Davis, y'all people got water? Inagua, all the way south. All the chains of the Bahamas. You know what it feels like not to have water? You can't have tea in the morning, no water. And they're out campaigning and say to elect us for another 5 years. We don't know what happened to the monies from the donations. We don't know what happened to the VAT monies. And they're trying to kill McAlpine because he remembered what his campaign was about. It was about holding government accountable. And he reminds the government and the Prime Minister what their campaign was about. And because McAlpine reminded them that he was elected by the people to help the party to regain power, he still is a servant for the people. But this is what continues to happen in the country. You are elected by the people of a certain constituency, but they say to hell with the people. You stand in line with the party. Well now, the PLP found out this the hard way. They all fell in line with the party and forgot that they have to go back to the people. The same thing with the F&M government. They have to go back to the same people that they ignore on behalf of the party and forgot all of the promises that they made, simple promises of reform, of making sure that everybody know when election date is called, not only the most honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Minnis get up in the morning and decide to have a general election. We all must know that. That's a form of elected dictatorship. When only the Prime Minister in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas under the democracy knows only him. Not even no member of his cabinet knows when election is going to be called, only him. That's a form of elected dictatorship. But I started on saying, we don't have no water in Abaco. Please, somebody, contact the member of parliament from Long Island and tell him, treat us the way he's treating Long Island people. Because one of our member of parliament decided he wouldn't run again, which is okay. And our second member of parliament, who is a minister, refused to remember that he is elected as a servant of the people. And member of parliament doesn't mean what we say in Abaco, must pocket. We call the member of parliament for North Abaco a member of parliament that must pocket and have pocketed on behalf of his people. Kai want to change all of that because I care. Somebody bring water. All we need is some pressure to wash our sins and our skin and COVID-19 off our body. Please bring water because Kai and Abaco needs to wash daily. Kai cares. We're waiting on water before the red t-shirts come out.